Hi, and welcome back to Miami Television News. I'm Grace Dahlman.
And I'm Srocki. Miami is one step closer to choosing our president for the upcoming year. The 9 members of the Presidential Search Committee have been revealed, and it is composed of many different individuals from a multitude of backgrounds. 3 faculty members have been chosen from a wide range of applicants from different academic departments. The last person announced was undergraduate student Afulu Clater, political science and social justice studies major, while also serving as Secretary for Diversity Affairs.
Miami students might have a faster and easier way to go home for the holidays. Amtrak announced the possibility of adding a stop in Oxford earlier this year. The city has identified possible locations between High Street and the former Talawanda High School site on Locust Street. The train, which runs from New York to Chicago currently, passes through Oxford 3 times a week, but does not stop. With over 1,400 students from Illinois alone, Miami students are the main target for the new stop. Amtrak plans to move further along in the process throughout the rest of the semester.
The Princess Theater has been around Oxford for 100 years. That is, until just recently. Reporter Ariel Wiley has the story.
The bumpy brick streets and the old brick buildings are proof of Oxford's long-standing past, but there are places that seem to stay hidden, even out in the open. The Princess Theater, Oxford's longest-running movie theater, was built in 1911 and has served the Oxford community for over 100 years. That is, until it caught on fire twice and is now being demolished. Some students have had a lot of good memories at the Princess, like senior Victoria Tersini.
I just have a lot of good memories in that theater because it's just kind of a part of my family in a way. So it felt weird when I saw it being demolished because I had so many memories there. And
I think it's really sad to see the Princess be demolished, and I think that's going to take away a lot from Oxford and something that's always been so familiar to us.
But some are happy to see it go.
The experience at the movie theater wasn't exactly great. It was pretty dirty, dingy, and gross. It's probably a good thing that they're redoing it, honestly. The burning down probably helped them out with that regard.
Even though the Princess Theater is gone, a new theater will arise in its place by early next school year. Construction has already started on the big 2-screen movie theater, and it will be bigger than ever. Alan Kiger, Economic Development Director for the City of Oxford, is excited for the redevelopment, but understands the demolition of the theater will have an impact on the younger demographic.
In my opinion, the biggest impact were 12-year-old, 14-year-olds, the teeners, the kids that couldn't drive yet, can't drive yet, okay, so they can't drive to Hamilton. And the movie theater was their social outlet.
Not all is lost. The theater will be up and running soon and will have a second floor for rental apartments. But as of now, the history of the Princess is left in the dust. I'm Ariel Wiley reporting for MUTV.
Since I'm a freshman, I never got to see the Princess Theater. What's it like?
It was great. I used to go all the time as a freshman and sophomore and just saw a lot of movies there. And it's really unfortunate that they had to tear it down. But hopefully we'll get another one soon. Want to learn how to start a business in one weekend? Sign up for Miami University's 5th annual Startup Weekend. Students of any major can sign up for this inspiring, hands-on event which allows creative learners to put their ideas into action. Based on the Lean Startup methodology, students will work in teams to create a prototype that will be presented to a panel of experts at the end of the weekend. For more information, visit startupweekend.org.
The hockey season has just begun, and the team is excited to be back on the ice. Here's the scoop.
Here at the Goggin Ice Center, Miami University's hockey team can be found practicing for hours in the middle of the day, throughout the week, preparing for the next game. With a record of 0-1, the men's hockey team has a long season to keep practicing for those future wins. The Miami University men's hockey team had a rough start, losing 7-3 to Providence College this past Friday at the home opener, but made a strong comeback on Saturday against the NCAA champions. Now they are preparing for their next fierce competitor, Ohio State. Captain Louis Belpedio says he knows the team has to do the little things in practice for the big opportunities to happen in games.
I think this week so far all we've done is like battle drills and focusing on details and just doing all the little things right, because in the end that's what makes a difference. So the things we didn't do this weekend are going to carry over to our games towards Ohio State from practice this week, so we were working on that a lot. I want to win a championship for sure, and I think that comes, first as the regular season, then the playoff, and then the end. And main goal is a national championship, but you know, you got to take it day by day, and you can't just look forward to that. So that's the end goal, but just, you know, win as many games as possible and play a team game the whole way through.
The head coach of 16 seasons, Enrico Blasi, has a lot of confidence in his players' abilities to execute, but they need to play each game to their strengths.
You know, we have a couple more days to get ready, but you know, the games are the fun part. The games are what we work so hard for during the week. So our guys have been really good about practicing and preparing themselves. And so I'm not worried about that. It's just a matter of bringing it on those given nights and making sure we execute and play our game and play to our strengths.
Miami will play at OSU on Friday and will hopefully get a win.
I'm Ariel Wiley reporting for Miami Television News.
In local news this week, the legalization of marijuana in Ohio continues to be a hot topic in the Chamber of Commerce. The majority of Ohioans support the passage of Issue 3, but 2 chambers from Butler County have raised concerns that it will lead to a monopoly over the drug. The bill would legalize 10 grow sites throughout the state, including one right here in Hamilton. According to the Hamilton Chamber, the establishment of only a few marijuana plants won't allow for fair market competition. The Responsible Ohio group is spearheading the passage of Issue 3. Executive Director Ian James says the marijuana business will create 10,000 jobs and lead to over $500 million in tax returns. The outcome will depend on how many Generation Yers vote on the issue, as 70% of millennials support pot legalization.
A verdict has been reached in Iran regarding the detainment of Washington Post reporter Jason Rezaian. Rezaian has been held in Iraq for more than 14 months on charges including espionage and could face up to 20 years in prison. Officials have not given any details regarding the conviction, but the Rezaian has been called an American spy by Iranian officials. A U.S. State Department spokesman is calling for the release of Rezaian and a drop of charges.
The annual Butterfield Farm Maze has been designed this year by Miami graduate student Pat Cutnow. For the past 3 years, farm owner Brian Butterfield has asked the Miami University Engineering Department to choose one student to head this large-scale project. An advanced GPS unit was used to cut the field based on Cutnow's design before becoming open to the public for the fall season.
Come see Miami University Department of Theater's production of In the Next Room this Wednesday through Sunday in the Gates Theater in the Center for Performing Arts building. Tickets are still available at the home office.
With the presidential debates heating up, we went to the students to see how much they are paying attention to candidates and if they even know who is running. Reporter Gracie Strasser is on the scene.
With all the media attention focused on the GOP debate, we wanted to test the Miami students' knowledge of the candidates running from the Republican Party. Okay, ready? Yeah. Who is this?
You know him all?
I got this.
That is...
Well, apparently he's a GOP candidate.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They're not all
Yeah.
Donald Trump. I don't know.
Barack Obama?
Bush? I'm going to go with Jeb Bush.
That would be Jeb Bush. Did you actually?
Shows you how well versed in the Republicans I am. Let's go for a guess.
You be confident?
No, not really, no.
Okay.
I just don't know any black candidates.
Rand Paul?
Yes, that is Rand Paul.
Marco Rubio.
No.
No, I have no idea.
And it's... I have no clue.
Ted Cruz. It's not Ted Cruz. It is? Hey, look. Proud of myself. There we go.
We may want to brush up on our political knowledge, considering most of us are now eligible to vote. This is Gracie Strasser with Miami Television News.
Thank you for tuning in to Miami Television News. Make sure to like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm Grace Dahlman.
And I'm Dylan Srocki. Have a great week.